So hello everyone. Today's my topic is about sentimental and anti-sentimental comedy in neoclassical age. It will be going to we in this presentation will be exploring the rise and rejection of sentiment in 19th century drama. So here is my personal information, and we are going to explore the introduction to neoclassical age and its theater. Then we will be discussing what is the sentimental comedy. Then we will explore features of sentimental comedy. Then we will discuss the rise of anti-sentimental comedy. Afterwards that we were going to discussing features of anti-sentimental comedy. Then major playwright and their contribution, and the last day we will discuss the legacy of sentimental and anti-sentimental comedy. So first of all, introduction to neoclassical age and its theater. Time frame, late in 17th to 18th century, a period is marked by return to classical ideals. Then theater in a neoclassical age, the theaters sought to entertain, but it also teaches moral lessons, often using comedy and tragedy. Comedy was intended to expose human follies, but also encourages the social improvement. The neoclassical principle emphasis on reason, restraint, and doctrine in both art and society. Its influence of Aristotle's poetic, in which unity of action, time, and place are served as moral lessons. Then, what is the sentimental comedy? First of all, we are going to introduce what is the sentimental comedy. So first of all, its definition: a genre of a comedy that focuses on emotion, moral virtue, and the triumph of good. Its features: emphasis on sensitive emotional characters who displays noble virtues. Second is moral lesson is about goodness, virtue, and sympathy. Then characters often overcome adversity through the power of reason and good intentions. Its famous work, Richard Steele's The Conscious Lovers, which was published in 1722, and Oliver Goldsmith, She Stoops to Conquer, which was published in 1731, are the examples of sentimental comedy. Then features of sentimental comedy. The core of sentimental comedy. First of all is the emotion over which characters are deeply emotional and their feelings drive to action of the play. Second is the virtuous hero. The central character is typically morally upright, sensitive, and often comes from a lower social class, making virtue accessible to all. Third is social morality. The goal is to improve society through exposing vices like hypocrisy, selfishness, and greed. And fourth, pathos over humor. The purging of emotion, fear, and pity in the audience after the tragic event unfolds. The rise of anti-sentimental comedy. So, what is the anti-sentimental comedy? A genre of comedy that rejects excessive sentimentally, and mocks the idealization of a virtue. Wit and satire. Anti-sentimental comedy uses sharp humor, irony, and ridicule. Focus on human follies, often expose hypocrisy and excess of sentimental morality, and characters, flawed and ridiculous characters who embodied vice or folly. Examples of anti-sentimental comedy: Richard Brinsley's Sheridan, The School of Scandal, which was published in 1777, and Oliver Goldsmith, The Good-Natured Man, published in 1768. The features of anti-sentimental comedy. First is the critique of sentimental morality, often mocks the moral idealism seen in sentimental comedy. Second, exaggeration of human vices. The characters are portrayed as exaggerated and flawed, often to the point of absurdity. Third is wit and satire over pathos, relies on Sackram's wit and irony to critique societal norms. Fourth is emphasis on social critique, moral focused on mocking rather than uplifting the audience. Major playwright and their contribution. Sentimental playwright Richard Steele, known for The Conscious Lover, which emphasizes on the emotional virtue and moral outcomes. Oliver Goldsmith, The Good-Natured Man, critiques the excessive sentimentality, showing the flaws of its moral system. Anti-sentimental playwright Richard Brinsley's Sheridan, The School for Scandal, is a sharp satire of the hypocritical nature of society and the pretense of morality. George Farouk's The Buick's Stringham provides a witty critique of society, manners, and virtue, exposing human folly with humor. The legacy of sentimental and anti-sentimental comedy. Comedy influenced sentimental comedy inspired later genres focused on romanticism, melodrama, and Victorian sentimentality. It influenced the development of middle class values in literature. Anti-sentimental comedy's influence it paved the way for a satirical comedy and social critique that would dominate much of 18th and 20th century theater. It emphasizes on the wit humor that continues to influence in contemporary comedy. It was a basic presentation about sentimental and anti-sentimental comedy, so I haven't provided any references about it. Now you are free to ask questions.
Yes, Pardo, my question is which one has its lasting impact in English literature, sentimental or anti-sentimental comedy?
Throughout the literature, we can say that anti-sentimental comedy has its most impact in literature because it focuses on irony and reality.
Margot, my question is that is there any similarity between sentimental and comedy and anti-sentimental comedy?
Yes, both of it focuses on human life, virtue, and reality. That's from my side. Thank you.